So that being said, what are some of the things you're wanting to see banned? Things you want to see unbanned? What's your wants, and then what do you think is actually going to happen?
My personal preference, I would like the barrier statue addressed and Harpy's Featherstorm addressed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you an example. Floowandereeze is arguably, within the top 3 or 4 decks because of them, and it's a very consistent deck. Um, it's it's pushed over the top with those two cards, and it's the only deck that runs those two, that can run those two. And for me, as an opponent of Floowandereeze, like I took DDD to locals the other day, and the first hand, the guy won the die roll. He went first, normal summoned barrier statue, and then set the Harpy's Featherstorm, and then passed to me. And there wasn't squat I could do until the end of his next turn because of Harpy's Featherduster. I couldn't summon a monster. I couldn't do nothing because all the DD you can normal summon, but you can't special summon other than wind with the barrier statue. Obviously, I don't run a single wind card in that deck, so I have to normal something, beat over his barrier statue, and then proceed, which as DDD, I'm not running anything that's strong enough to normal summon and beat over it except for one card.
Yeah.
So I had to just scoop that round because I even had hand traps to stop him, and it didn't matter. I couldn't activate him because of Harpy's Featherstorm. It's ridiculous. Just 2 cards back to back that says you cannot play. I win regardless, no matter what you do, kind of a thing. And that's not a healthy game state in my opinion. That's why Colossus got banned. That's why Calamities got banned. That's why all this stuff on the ban list is there. Arch Nemesis Protos, right here at the top of the current ban list. So why those two didn't get hit on the last ban list, this ban list, I don't know. I think they should have. I think it needs to be addressed. I think the deck is strong enough. It doesn't need those two. It's just what makes the deck unfair, personally. Next, I prefer Scythe to get hit instead of Dagda because Scythe is the problem card.
Yeah, agreed.
Dagda is the enabler that searches the Scythe. Me playing Drytron, I do not have to have Dagda, and I can still get Scythe, which is exactly what I'm doing in Master Duel right now. I'm not even running Dagda in the deck. I have Dagda in my main deck in TCG just in case I need it in a pinch, but I don't have to have it. With Scythe gone, why does Dagda need to be banned? If you know what I mean, I guess you can set a Lancia instead and can lock somebody out of banishing that. But I mean, nobody's complaining about Lancia, so why ban Dagda?
Yeah.
So those are my personal preferences. I would want those 3 addressed. Scythe just needs to be banned again. I'm sorry, but locking you out of an entire game mechanic like that is just not healthy for the game. While your opponent can still get into their extra deck, it'd be different if nobody could get in their extra deck. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, when it comes to things that I would want, I don't really have anything different to say other than what you just did because I have a big problem with Scythe. That card irritates the shit out of me. But as far as things that I think might happen, I think there's a possibility of some sort of, not a big hit, but some sort of hit toward the branded strategy.
With all these new cards coming out, though, like, what are you thinking?
So, one thing I've seen in the past is that there are some archetypes that will be getting quite a bit of support and all that, but in the middle of all that, they hit one other card in that strategy because they want to pull something away so people will buy the other stuff instead. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what are you thinking would get hit?
And see, that's the thing is I don't know the strategy well enough to know what could be the card to get hit, but I think it's a possibility we'll get at least one card hit. Maybe not banned, maybe limited, something.
See, I don't know because they haven't reprinted any of the branded stuff yet. They haven't reprinted any of the Despia stuff yet, other than Aluber coming out. So I don't see them hitting any of that yet because none of it is. They still got to sell it again, and they will. They'll sell it again. So until after that happens, I don't I don't see them hitting either one of Despia or branded stuff. So, I mean, unless they want to hit Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda, I mean, I could see, I mean, a lot of people want that hit or banned, but I don't know if they will, because that's...
I mean, that thing's easily negated, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is, but
the
point is nobody summons it until right there at the very end. So by the time I get to it,
you've probably already used it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, that doesn't make sense.
And that's like my fallback. Okay, you stopped my combo, so I'm going to fall back on summoning DPE with Verte, you know. Mm-hmm. So I don't know about that card, to be honest with you. I see why everybody hates it, but I just like it because it helps out the rogue tier decks, you know, for the same reason. If the top tier deck negates them, they might be able to fall back and at least have something on their board, either a Dragoon or DPE or something. So the counter argument being is, okay, the top tier deck is going to summon their full board and still end on a Dragoon or a DPE. So it's making the top tier deck even stronger than what it already is. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. They have reprinted Verte, but they haven't reprinted like Dragoon yet, really. They had its Starlight rare, but that's it.
Yeah. So
if they want to sell a reprint of Dragoon, you know, what's the best way to summon it? And that would be... Well, I guess you can summon it off branded Fusion now. So, man, I really don't know what they're going to do here, because...
I feel like this... I know there's a couple decks out there in this format that are definitely more overpowered than the rest of them, but I don't feel like it's a crazy advantage like it has in the past. You know what I mean?
What do you mean, summoning Dragoon and DPE?
No, so...
Or...
I'm talking like, I think in past formats, there's usually this like one deck that you see 90% of people playing. It's usually the most powerful one, and everyone spends all their money to get it. With this one, I feel like it's open for more decks to be as like equally as powerful.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're very specific ones, but there's more than just like the one big deck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess I see your point, and everybody can run Verte. I mean, if you want to get like real technical on it too, like I guess Verte has had the maximum gold reprint, but they could still reprint that again and sell a bunch of copies of it, because a lot of people don't go for the gold stuff. Well, at least the competitive players don't usually. So all the YouTubers complain about the gold tiers.
I don't know why. I think some of those cards look better with the gold on them.
I like them too. I like them.
The Mathmech XZ's monsters, they look better with the gold on them.
I don't like the old gold tier stuff, but I do like the maximum gold.
I agree.
Stuff. So I honestly don't know. I'm willing to bet that Verte doesn't get hit, because we just saw Verte get banned in the OCG, and we're normally like 2 formats behind them on stuff. So maybe not this ban list, maybe the next one. And they could be thinking like, okay, I'm going to keep Verte around because we want to sell Fusion stuff, which is all the branded stuff coming out, all of the Despia stuff, you know. So we'll see. Maybe not this one. Maybe the next one.
Yeah, Verte, I'll agree to that. That makes sense. Hey guys, if you like this video, please be sure to check out the full episode, link in the description, and be sure to subscribe and follow us on all social media platforms. Thanks for stopping by.